So today we're going to be doing an Oregon State Police livery texture, whatever you want to call it. What I usually do first is I get a reference photo and the template of that vehicle that I want to do. In this case we have the 2018 Dodge Charger. So to get the color of the car, what I like to do is how it's light up here and dark down here. I get it in the middle. You come over to your template, create a new layer up here if you don't have this little layer tab. Come right up here to these little buttons up here. It'll pop up somewhere. What you're going to want to do, you're going to come down here to shapes. Go rectangle. And you're going to draw filled shape. And you're going to make sure you're on layer 2. You're just going to drag it over the car. That is going to be your base color of the car. And what I do next is I come up to this little properties tab. Make sure I'm selected on layer 2. Bring the opacity down right about there. Sounds pretty good. That's just enough so where you can see the actual car and the paint. So what I want to do next is this badge on the car, the OSP badge. So I'm going to come over to my badge, copy it. Right here it's between this little indentation in the car. So I'm going to try and kind of match that exactly. After I add a new layer so I'm not going over the paint. So I'm going to go add new layer, layer 3. I'm going to bring this down here. Try and match it up about the same size. Doesn't have to be exact, but pretty good. I'm going to copy that, bring it up here, and try and match it in the same spot on the door. And I would say that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to want to do next after I put these badges on the car, there's this word that says State Trooper right above this front left fender. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here, get my text tool out, choose a font, and I'm just going to type State Trooper. So there's State Trooper. Alright, so that actually matches the font up pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this. Then on the car, it's above the left fender. I'm going to bring it over here. Going to shrink this down. It'd be massive if I didn't shrink it down. And that should be pretty good. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it on itself. I'm going to drag the second one up here, just like I did with the badge. So I would say that looks pretty decent. So what I'm going to want to do next is this black stripe along the door and the panel, the back panel right here. So I'm going to go over here. And I'm actually going to turn the opacity down to 0 so I get a better look. I'm going to take this line tool. I'm going to select color black. And let's see. It's not quite at the door line, so I'm going to go back here, zoom in a little bit. Let's go. Why is it? Oh, I gotta do that. That's why. Make sure you're on third layer when you're doing this step. And I'm just gonna drag it back. I'm gonna bring it up with that same body line. So it goes up pretty much along with the line. So what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna zoom back out, select this little dot to bring it up. And do the same with this dot. We'll put it there. Alright, where's this other one? Right there. That looks, does that curve back down? No, it does not. So I would say that looks pretty good. So what I'm gonna do next to make it go the full width. I'm going to drag this line down. I'm going to drag all the way over here again. And I'm going to kind of just follow the same body line right here. Or not body line, but line in the template, you could say. So it keeps getting thicker as it goes on. You can see it lines up with the door handle right there. So what I'm going to do, find this dot, going to put it right on the top of the door handle. And that should create a nice, even looking line. So I have that line there. I'm going to go ahead and bring it over here. I'm just going to close that. Close this so it doesn't spill out everywhere when I go to fill it. So yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to copy this entire section of this. I'm going to make a new photo. I'm going to flip it horizontally. And then what I'm going to want to do next, the magic wand, select it, copy it. That will allow me to paste it right on this other side. So let's see, right above the door handle right there. And back here pretty good. Make sure it goes out all the way. There's that, I gotta touch up a little bit. Probably won't show much, but what the heck, might as well. And that is, I think that's it. So I'm gonna come back down to layer 2, turn the opacity all the way up. That is your final result for your texture, livery, whatever. So I'm gonna do next, I'm going to save PNG. Let's just go OSP. That sounds good. Okay, flatten, and there you go. So what I'm going to go do now is import this into the files and show you it in game. Alright, so here's the livery, texture, whatever you want to call it, that we just made. Got State Trooper on the side, the logo, badge, whatever. Then the single black line along the side. Nothing on the back. Same for the other side. Then nothing else on the front. So yeah, that's that.